It was the best of times, it was the worst of times, it was the age of wisdom. You would have thought it's wise to talk to your neighbours when you're planning something big, because this Tale of Two Cities is not a Dickens novel, according to Nottinghamshire County Council. It's a metro fantasy. Of course, Nottingham and Derby are bound together by Brian Clough. There remains deep-running sporting rivalry, though, between the two cities, and they're very different places. Can there ever be unity? Derby is manufacturing and engineering, cars, trains and aero engines. Nottingham is seen as a science city, specialising in new technologies, finance and pharmaceuticals. But the report, which looks at the economic benefit of a Nottingham-Derby metro, says they complement each other and can take advantage of each other's strengths. Why a metro authority? Well, metro councils did better in this week's budget, much better than the East Midlands.
I think the think piece that Derby and Nottingham have done is the kind of vision that we need in the East Midlands. We don't have a devolution deal, we don't have a combined authority. We need our public sector to be talking more closely together. I think we've got a really exciting project in the East Midlands, an HS2, which brings together the two cities, it also brings together the counties, brings together Leicester and Leicestershire, and I think that's the kind of vision we should be developing something around.
The Metro proposal speaks of working together in a spirit of collaboration, but county councils say they weren't consulted properly. And they say the Metro idea for devolution is not the right replacement for the D2N2 plan, which fell apart.
The big killer for that was the fact that there was an elected mayor. That requirement's gone, and that's been made clear recently by Secretary of State, Sajid Javid, which is great news, which means that these conversations can happen again. But they've got to be inclusive, they've got to include everybody. You can't just sort of run off, produce a strategy without talking to people.
I asked the Communities Secretary about the Metro idea this week. He'd not heard of the plan. After we told his department, they issued a statement. This government's industrial strategy is about driving growth and productivity across the country, and we look forward to seeing how the Derby-Nottingham Metro plans develop. There are already schemes linking the cities. For instance, if you borrow a copy of A Tale of Two Cities, say, from a library in Nottingham, and you're one of the 40,000 who commute between the two cities, you can return it to a library in Derby, if they're open. But it's what lies between Derby and Nottingham on the county border which is of most significance to this metro idea. A catalyst for innovation, they call it. And this is what it's all about, the windswept land at Toton Sidings where HS2 is coming. It's the economic prize, and you would have thought it's a far, far better thing to do for all those involved in planning for the East Midlands to talk to each other to get the best results for the economy.